Yes.
We're going to get it.
Let's talk about something else that's disgusting.
Okay.
Unity.
Oh, Unity.
Why they felt they needed to rush out its controversial install fee program.
Yeah. So we talked about this.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read over this article at all. So,
excuse me, I did. So whatever it was, however, weeks ago, Unity they're like, we're going to have a new fee for Unity where it's like every install of a game you made in Unity costs you 25 cents. So if your game's installed 1 million times, you owe us $250,000. Good deal if you can get it.
Yep.
And everyone's like, okay, we're not going to use Unity anymore. That's easy. You've made it an easy decision for us.
Easy choice.
And people rioted. And it's been a huge thing where it's caused a lot of trouble for them. Their CEO had to step down. And it's been a whole thing, right? Where, what was it? Like the guys behind Terraria started donating money to open source gaming engines and like...
Yep, like Godot.
Yeah, and all these guys are like, well, we were using Unity, but not anymore. Because who knows what bullshit they'll bring on us in the future. We're getting out while the getting's good. So the word is, this is on an article from Ars Technica, is that the whole thing came about because Unity had purchased this platform called Iron Source, which is a thing you use for mobile to get revenue by... You can manage your ad networks on your apps. So when you like a free to play game, you serve up an ad, and this Iron Source is a thing to like work all that together.
Yeah.
So they bought Iron Source for all this money, but they are it's not like the most popular one. There's another one called AppLovin that is apparently like the big one that they all use. So the idea was that they could go to these guys that use AppLovin and be like, hey, why don't you switch to Unity's Iron Source and we'll waive the Unity fee of the install. You're already using Unity to make the game, so switch to Iron Source and you won't have to pay the fee for using Unity. And that totally backfired because everyone's like, how about we just don't use Unity at all? So that was where this article has heard from people that were working with them and insiders where this came from. And there was a lot of pushback from management and everything like, no, this is not going to go over well. You shouldn't do this. And they were like, well, we're doing it. So that's what's going to happen. Also part of the problem is Unity did an IPO for their company, started at $68 per share. It went up to over almost $200 a share. In 2021, of course, every tech company's stock blew up like crazy during COVID times.
Yep.
But now it's down to $37 a share. So they need to get money going, profits, because even though they're doing like $1 billion in revenue, they still need to have like they're doing like almost $2 billion in revenue. They need to get up to $3 billion to be profitable. So they've got a long way to go. So that was where this came from, was we need to start getting money now. And this is the way to do it. They'll love it if we waive the fee. So they switch over to Iron Source. And everyone was like, no, forget that idea. So,
yeah, that seems like a terrible idea. How are they losing so much money? What are they doing over at Unity?
Well, it's a lot of it is acquisition. So they bought Iron Source.
Yes.
Which cost them, I don't know how much, a lot of money. So that goes against the books for
sure,
their profitability, right? So, yeah, it's just a quick solution. They thought, oh yeah, this will be the way to get the money going, and then it backfired on them. Even though when a lot of internal people were like, no, we can't do it this way, it's not going to work. But the higher ups, they get the final say. So even if everyone in the company says no, they still want to do it. Well, they're still going to do it. So that's kind of the way it goes. And that's also why I say CEOs are useless, because they just do nothing. Like, what's his name here? John Riccitelli. Was he in charge? The CEO that stepped down? John Riccitiello. He was the guy in charge. So he stepped down, but he's going to have his like whatever parachute out of the company with he's got like
Yep.
stock options and all that shit. So even if he fucks everything up, it doesn't matter. He's still fine. And he'll get hired on to be CEO of some other company. That's just the way it goes.
That's correct.
So,
I'm trying to read this merger agreement with Iron Source, and I'm like, I can't read any of that.
no, that's
just all.
so that's the way those things work with the merger agreements and all that stuff is lawyers word it in a way that a layperson cannot fathom it at all. So they need to have a lawyer to look at it because they can't get through all the legalese. It's just like created fake like jobs basically. They could write it in a way that any person could understand it, but they don't.
Yeah.
It's intentionally obtuse, so you have to have, lawyers have a job. Same
I
thing with
suppose.
accountants.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think the tax code could be a lot easier? Of course it could.
Of course it could.
But the tax accountants, especially in America, that's where it came from, is lobbyists like H&R Block lobbying Congress to make it so a normal person can't file their taxes on their own. They need a company to do it for them.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
anyways, pretty ridiculous thingy. And have you paid your fees to Unity yet?
No,
Uh-oh.
I don't use Unity.
Oh, I thought you were using Unity.
Nope. Unreal.
Oh, it was Unreal.
Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm using, baby.
Okay. Then you're safe.
Yes,
You don't got to worry about it.
it's true.
Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah.